Hi Capricorn, and welcome to my channel, The Guided Intuitive, and thank you so much for being here. So I am going to do a read for you plus that other person, and I'm going to be using my Earth Magic cards because with this energy that's been taking place, I will tell you, we need a little bit of grounding energy, right? And I don't know about you, but I think you're feeling it just as much as I am, okay? So, okay, Capricorn, we're going to see what's in store for you. This will be for all Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as your Venus signs. This is a general read, and that goes without saying, so I might be talking to you on one side, you might resonate with the other, or vice versa, okay? Or even just a message from one side, and that could really come into play. So notice if you're probably questioning it, there's probably something a little bit more there for you. So you want to kind of dive deeper into your intuition and kind of check that out and kind of ponder upon that a little bit. So anyway, I'm just saying, all right. So this will be from the mid-June to the end of June, all right? And I am getting caught up, guys. I had to bypass the first bi-weeklies, and I really am sorry about this. I typically don't do that, but I will tell you, I've had some major personal situations take place that I had to put my attention to, and it had to do with just my own grounding as well. Okay, guys, so between work and everything that is really changing in my life, I'm embracing it, and really great things are happening. But I really, and I think, like I said in some other videos, put my time management to the test. And it's just temporarily in some scenarios because I've got classes and recertification stuff, but yikes, I mean, I'm here and I'm glad I'm here for you. So I'm so excited because this is what brings me a lot more energy. And so I have to do these. I have to do this. I have to get something out. There's just no doubt about it. All right. So let's go ahead and cut the deck and see what wants to come out for you. What is in store for Capricorn? Again, that other person could be you. It could be you plus that significant other, person of interest, even a friend or family member, guys. So, just keep that in mind. All right. So let's go ahead and see what wants to come out for you here. What's the first card here? Oh, we get full moon and we get completion. Okay, so this is completion, and this is just coming to an end of a cycle, right? And it could be in this relationship, in this situation, very much well could be the case. So that's what I'm seeing, which is nice because it just means that you're on to this new beginning. You've got this breath of fresh air to be able to move in that next direction. And everything that you've done has been a lesson learned or some illumination that you've gained from that. But know that you are on the next step and that the path is actually a new page, all right? So this is beautiful, and this is about the full moon, all right? Let's see what else wants to come about here, okay? Focus, all right? So coming to completion, what you want to do is to focus on what it is that you really want moving forward, okay? And as I said, I don't know what other sign got this, but this is like a beautiful, it's almost like this is about there's some sort of like cave that's made of all of this amethyst, right? And it's a stone, it's all spiritual, and it is about, it's healing. It's also about abundance, and it's also about intention. So focusing your intention on what is it, that you want. And sometimes, using a stone such as amethyst here, really helps ground you and get you focused, especially in the midst of, some emotions as it pertains to the waters there. You can tune into a crystal and really focus in on it and put your intention as to what it is that you would want it to be there for you. And it helps keep you grounded. And that's one of the reasons why I use these cards, right now, because I know a lot of you are going through kind of this crazy energy, okay? And that will actually keep you focused. You can use even the rose quartz as it pertains to love, and just, focus your intention on what is it that you do so desire in your heart. And sometimes you can carry smaller pieces with you. You wouldn't want to put this really in your pocket, I don't think. Girls, I don't think you want to carry this in your purse, but maybe a smaller version of this that would be helpful. Sometimes, men, you can just put it in your pocket. And us ladies, we sometimes, just, put it into our purse, that type of thing to bring it, with us. So that's really helpful. But it helps stay us in tune and in that same frequency of our intentions, and we can bring that with us. And at times they do have to be recharged, right? So that is also the case. That's a whole different video. Okay, so let's go ahead and move forward and see what else is coming through. So focus is really key after this completion, right? Focusing on what it is that you want in this situation or in this relationship, right? Then we get stone people, and this is about having vigilance. Okay, now the vigilance is about being very careful about moving forward, being very looking at every step that you take. And I think it's because you don't want to be a stone person, right? But you want to be careful as moving forward, okay? And this is about just taking the time because you're kind of protecting yourself a little bit. Perhaps you may have been hurt in the past, or a situation is triggering you, maybe in this situation or in this relationship, and you've been having to be vigilant in the process of your boundaries, right? Of every step that's taken, of what you say, right? And how you communicate with that blue there. And that's very, very key. But that's what's coming through. Okay, let's see what else wants to come through. Shape shifting. Okay, yeah, this makes sense because you're being so careful. You have to kind of shift yourself and shape shift yourself into something else, almost as if to kind of slide, to make things smooth and make things calmer waters in some way, shape, or form. Okay, but that's what I kind of see there. It's in this situation. You're kind of having to do that a little bit. So note your comments below, all right? Because that's kind of interesting. And I think what's happening is that, because you're having to do this, it's kind of getting outside of yourself a little bit. And so I think you need to release that. And that's what's coming through. It's just like with anything, sometimes if you're changing yourself in a way that is somewhat uncomfortable and it's not being who you are, this is saying is that you really have to focus in on, releasing, pretending that the elephant is not in the room, but acknowledging it. And then also just releasing perhaps the situation and letting the source and divine just to step in and to help you in this process. So release doesn't mean giving up. And letting go doesn't mean giving up. Sometimes you let go of something, an old thought or old behavior or a way of doing things, so you can allow space for something new to come in, or something better to come in, or a better version of that person to come in. And you can't allow that space if you're making up for maybe some of the things that other person might or might not be doing. So, hey, I'm just kind of throwing stuff out there that could be very much the case. So let's see what else, okay? Generations. So it's probably your calling to get advice on you're looking back at advice from your ancestors, and as you go through this transformation, you see there's a snake within there, and it's like your ancestors have had a handprint on you as you've been growing up throughout your lifetime, right? And they've had wisdom to share with you in this process too. But keep in mind that now you are perhaps an adult person, and now you can make your own decisions. Am I going to keep this one, or am I going to shed skin on that? Okay, so that's just something to keep in mind. All right, let's check out this other person and see what's going on with them. All right, so let's see. Veiled. Oh my gosh. So they have been, it's almost as if that they were in this fog and for quite a long period of time. And now this fog has lifted, all right? And now they're actually seeing the light of the dawn, and they're seeing the sun almost as if it's for the first time, right? So that's what I'm seeing. It's like, oh man, it's been so long since I've seen you. Where the hell have you been? And it's almost as if the fog has really lifted for them, and their clarity is much better as it pertains to this relationship. So I think they're seeing things better and clearly, and I think that helps out so just incredibly as it relates to your communication and working together, okay? If that's something you would like to do, of course, right? But on this situation, there's been an understanding on this side that the fog has been lifted and it has been veiled, has been revealed, okay? Something in this situation was brought to light, all right? Either on your side or their side, okay? Let's see what else wants to come through. And because of that, they're emerging like this dragonfly, right? They're dragonfly. They don't have just one set of wings. Dragonflies have two sets. So they're on their four wings kind of fluttering around. And the beauty of this is that there's this beautiful emergence. They're no longer this nymph that is kept in a small larva type thing. They are actually now being able to fly, okay? And keep in mind that this emergence, there's a window of opportunity with this emergence here, okay? This is about being present in the moment, but also cherishing precious moments and opportunities that come by, okay? Because they don't last forever. And so it's asking you to, and the dragonflies themselves, they don't stay in that flight. They don't fly very long before they go. So that's what this is saying. So there's this emergence, and this is saying take advantage of this right now, this opportune time. This person is doing that. So I get this emergence, so there becomes some sort of dragonfly that is now becoming a little bit more transparent and refracting off of the beautiful light from the sun that happens to be shining on them. And I was seeing another read. I ran across a real beautiful blue one the other day that just came by my path, and I thought, gosh, it's so beautiful. Blue meaning, chakra, meaning your communications, right? So it could have something to do with that, because you might see different colors refracted off of them in their wings, and many times, times from the sun. So they're emerging, okay, and wow, and it's almost as if they are moving into becoming. They're recognizing the magic that is on this earth plane, okay? The magic that is available to them, because they actually get earth magic. And earth magic is really just talking about the miracles that happen every single day, and being able to stop and being able to actually see them now. Especially now since the fog has lifted, okay? So that's what I am seeing here. Okay, they're feeling like they feel like they're a little angel on earth, that they're like this dragonfly that's flying around and emerging and wants to explore everything, and now seeing these wonderful miracles that can take place on earth. But they need to take advantage of opportunities, that are passing their way, and to know that they don't always last forever. So that's important. Oh, this is beautiful. The next card that they get is Summer Solstice. Okay, this is beautiful. So this is talking about having that radiance after the fog has lifted, and then they have this radiance about themselves. It's like, oh my gosh, their eyes are wide open. Geez, I can't believe I didn't see that before. It's kind of that type of mentality, but they have this radiance about them that is so childlike, right? And that's what I really see coming through. It's like the sun is really shining on them, and they're no longer submerged in keeping their emotions, really cold and really under the water. They're now, revealing not just the tip of the iceberg. I think they're really coming out to where they no longer feel submerged into this, and they don't want to keep, they don't want to continuously push down their feelings and remain cold, because they are a being of light, and that's what's coming through. So let's pull an animal card on each of you and see what wants to come out, okay? And I've been playing with these only because I've been working with the community, taking care of a feral wild cat, family, a mama cat who just, a cat that just had kittens. And I know this is so simple, but to see those kittens romp around in the grass is the cutest little thing. I mean, it's like a stuffed animal that's running through the ground, on the ground next to their mom. But I will tell you, so I've been feeding them, and I go by there, and I'm getting the rest of the community to pitch in. We're working on this. But it just puts a smile on my face, as I was saying in some of the other reads. Every time I go to work, I get this precious glimpse of this mom protecting her cats. And her cats don't come out very often, but now their cats come out with me. And the mom is very protective, though. Very protective. So it's interesting. But she's getting to know me a lot better. Let's see what wants to come about. Well, okay, speaking of cats, we've got Tiger. Okay? All right, so this is what we're getting here, okay? And this is beautiful. So, this is fantastic, because we're talking about this, and it's telling me this, this is about that fire, okay? Having that focusing in, and as I was pertaining to the cats, so these cats, there are these wild cats. Of course, this comes up, right? You can't plan this stuff, but this is really that mother, the mother of these 6 kittens, has this real fire in her belly. And I will tell you, and as I was showing you the other card, when I go to feed them and I bring this over to them, if I just see the kitties and I go bring them to the kitties, she doesn't let anyone get near them. She will dart out of nowhere. I mean, you can see her from nowhere and all of a sudden dart out there and be right in front of you, and with a meow. And, so she is very protective. So this is about being very protective of yourself, and being very vigilant and being very focused on keeping your boundaries, and in this relationship or in this situation. And that's what I see coming through. It's like you also are focused in on what it is that you really want, okay? And so perhaps that you are looking for this other person and are very interested in this other person, and are just waiting for things to kind of come into sync a little bit more. But this person is emerging, so just to let you know that, and they are radiating, and they are really, the fog has really been lifted, and they're seeing the magic in this situation, and the magic of life and how it plays out. But they are definitely trying to focus on also communicating. But this is interesting. So that's what you get. And this is all about, it's got a moon that's actually on the kind of like the third eye, which is all of that is hidden, right? So it does talk about that, that you also may be hiding, some things might be hidden to you, but you're going to use your instincts as you move forward in this particular situation. You're going to use your intuition, Capricorn, in the process. To actually get the enlightenment that you do need in the thing. So, as you know, like I said, sometimes, this feral cat that I see will kind of just race through when she needs to. But when I come by softly and she's out on front, she crawls really, really slow. So it all is about taking the time, recognizing your intuition, and then following through with that. And that's what's coming into play for you. So how about this other person? Let's see what wants to come through for them, okay? Oh gosh, this is beautiful, guys. Okay, so this is about a swan. All right, so this person, and what's so funny is that that this person is kind of blooming and becoming that swan, right? Perhaps felt like an ugly duckling in some way, shape, or form in the past, because they felt that they were in this fog, right? And they didn't see themselves as the light. And, through this change, in the process, this emergence, right? They're emerging to becoming that swan, okay? And, the swans run so gracefully amidst the top of the water. Yet below them, you can see their feet are kind of going, right? So they're working behind the scenes, but you don't see that, right? All you see is this graceful bird that's flowing through on the lake, and it's just so beautiful to glimpse at and to catch that glimpse of something like that. So that's what's coming into play. It could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or someone with that, those types of energies within their birth chart. But they're becoming that beautiful swan. At least in your eyes, they are. Okay. And they're no longer submerged as the iceberg, kind of feeling overwhelmed and unrecognized, since most of who they are was underneath the water, okay? And now they're actually coming out, which is such the coolest thing. And they're radiating, okay? They're radiating, and they have this really groundedness about them too, which is nice. And they have that radiance of the summertime. So that's neat. I love seeing that. But yeah, the grace of this one, there's a lot of grace. This person's got a lot of grace. This person's got a lot of beauty, and it could be male or female. I'm just saying, this is what's coming through, and it's almost as if that they're reflecting that onto you, right? And they're becoming a light, and it's almost as if that you're seeing them and it's like you're really, really staring at them in some way. So that's how I'm getting this, which is quite interesting. There you have it. So let me go ahead and see if the soul trees want to add anything else to this real quick. Gosh, I swear, I shuffled this so many times and I get the same card. It's solitude. This is about both of you going within. And I saw this symbol that is on your sign over here, which is, that of which is hidden. You've had to go within to get closer to your instincts and your intuition, Capricorn. And that's what I was seeing, okay? So you're kind of being like the tiger. For example, here, the other person is the swan, and it could go vice versa. I'm just saying that that's what's coming through, through me in terms of carrying that type of energy. And see what else the soul trees has to say after the solitude. Begin now, okay? Move forward with this now, whatever it is. If it's the situation, whatever it is, this is saying your heart is telling you to begin now. The green is all about the heart chakra, okay? So this is saying begin now, all right? Very cool. So I hope that this has resonated with you, Cap, on some way, shape, or form. And I look forward to seeing you in the month of July. And until then, namaste.